Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Houston Life. It is Wednesday, June 1st. Can you believe it, Courtney?
I cannot.
So glad to be back from vacation. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. Happy Pride Month, because this is all month long. And it's lovely to have you back.
Thank you. And happy hurricane season.
Oh, that's right. It is today.
Well, I mean,
today.
maybe not happy is the right word, but it's important to note, though, so we can all be prepared. And we do have a lot to get to on today's show, including some very, very smart young men, Courtney. In honor of Houston Life's Grad Week, we are chatting with local twins making national headlines for earning the #1 and #2 spots at Katy High School. Just how high were their GPAs? We're going to find out.
Plus, you know him from Food Network's Barbecue Brawl. Chef Ara joins us with his secrets to creating the perfect brisket just in time for this cookout season.
And some local Boy Scouts just spent more than 100,000 hours on a brand new service project, what they're doing for the community and how we can all learn from them.
And Lauren Kelly is here with a celebrity scoop. Hey, girlfriend.
Hey, hey, we are sitting down with actor Sherman Augustus from Netflix's Stranger Things, and we're chatting all about the new season of the show and his special connection to Houston. But for now, back to you guys.
Oh,
I love that
cool.
series. There's always a Houston connection.
Yeah, and people are obsessed with Stranger Things.
So
Lauren,
good.
look forward to that. But before we get into that, how about a check of today's forecast on this very first official day of hurricane season?
And the man in the know, Frank Billingsley.
I know, I tell you, happy June.
Happy June.
It's here.
Birthday month.
That's right.
We'll get to that in 3 weeks.
That's right.
It's my mom's birthday month too.
Good.
Yes.
Very nice. Well, I'm right on the cusp of the 22nd of June. So, and I was born at 12:30 at night. So I think I crowned as a Gemini.
Oh.
And my feet are a Cancer. So.
There you go.
Well, there you go. And Frank, by the way,
perfect twin.
we still need a Franklin birthday redo because you had a big birthday a couple years ago. Pandemic.
So many of us.
Kind of put a damper on it.
We lost 2 years of our life, didn't we? We're back. Okay, so it's hurricane season. Let's talk about the heat and humidity. It is definitely back. Look at these numbers right now. Under a hot sky out there, I have temperatures that are in the low 90s but feel like 99. Look at Sugar Land and Galveston with it feels like there. Both almost to triple digits. Feels like 99 in Huntsville, 97 in Conroe. So find a cool pool. Stay hydrated one way or another. It's going to continue to be on the warm side, obviously, and you might get a quick shower. We've seen a little bit of that as we move to the north and off to the west. But for Houston and really for Galveston, these have been sea breeze showers that have bypassed us. Our best hope is this front that's going to start moving our way. It's not here yet, but it gives us a better chance Thursday and Friday for some rain. So we'll talk about that coming up. In the meantime, I have a big X over the Yucatan Peninsula. That is a developing system that looks like an 80% chance that could be at least a tropical depression in the next 48 hours heading toward Florida. We're going to talk all about the hurricane season in our next half hour. Quick reminder, our hurricane special is tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Chock full of information, including some interesting hurricane trivia, one of which I got wrong.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so there's no hope for us then, Frank.
No, probably not.
Okay, thanks for that.
Okay.
We'll see you in just a bit.
All right.
All right, you know, we have stayed away from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial here at Houston Life. A little too heavy for us, but the verdict just came in.
Well, and a lot of people were watching this so closely.
Yeah.
So he essentially sued Amber Heard for $50 million in a defamation case. She turned around and sued him for $100 million. She doubled that. And the jury agreed that he was defamed. So essentially he won. $15 million was awarded to him. She was awarded $2 million. She said she was heartbroken by the verdict. She says that, for other victims who want to share their story, she's disappointed that, they're not able to speak. 15, as in 15 million, is what he was awarded.
That is right. More on this, of course, on our news and then entertainment tonight as well. Well, okay, in other news, moving on, we see the graphic behind us, but listen to this, guys. Houston Texans, they raised $400,000 for Uvalde community after the Robb Elementary shooting. This is really incredible. multiple Texans players said that the Uvalde tragedy hit very close to home because many of the players obviously are parents as well. But listen to this. The Texans director of player care and head athletic trainer, Roland Ramirez, is from Uvalde, attended Robb Elementary as well, and even knows some of those families. I know, doesn't that give your whole body the chills?
Well, a town of 16,000 people, they
I
say
know.
everyone knows everyone in that community.
And
wow.
that is so true. The team itself raised $200,000. Hannah and Cal McNear matched it. That's where you get that $400,000. The Texans also announced that the players and staff will wear orange as a way to taking part in National Gun Violence Awareness Day. That's happening on Friday, June 3rd, and encouraging their fans to join them in wearing orange that day as well.
That is super, super cool. It was great to have Hannah McNair on the show on Houston Life a few weeks ago. And I think wearing orange on Friday and talking about this, you got to put politics aside, and we can all agree that we want our young people safe.
Absolutely.
Especially when they go to school.
Absolutely. I mean, not many of these children are safe at home or anywhere else. They're supposed to be safe at school.
Yeah, amen to that. Okay, well, let's exhale a bit. It really is good to be back. I mean, it's a 3-day work week for me, but we took the weekend away to head out to California. A friend of ours who spends a lot of time here in Houston and New York and LA, 3 of our favorite cities, he had a big 50th birthday. So we went to celebrate our friend Oob and his partner. Well, this is not our friend Oob there, but I'm sure these guys had birthdays as well. Yeah, it was his 50th birthday. It was great to catch up with people. And, you know, it's interesting going, I lived in California for 20 years.
Yeah,
it's interesting going
second
back
home.
after a pandemic because we hadn't seen so many of these people. So it was so great to see people. And we've had this dream, you know, as we've gotten older, we've just wanted to have like a little tiny house out in the desert. You've heard me talk about this.
I know, but what does that mean, tiny house? Like, how tiny?
Well, something small. I mean, I think that people, you know, these are some more California pictures from over the weekend, but so we went out to a place called Joshua Tree in the desert.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, look at Brandon's face. We started the trip and he's like, yeah, and we could do this and we could do that. And then I think in this moment he was saying, wow, it's dusty and hot in the desert. So we'll see, we'll figure it out. We still would like to move to West Texas and become beekeepers.
I think that's smart.
That is a true goal of ours. Does anyone follow the Bee Lady on Instagram?
Yes, but you could be beekeepers here.
We could. Another great day of saving the bees. If you follow the Bee Lady on Instagram, you know what I mean. Do you follow the Bee Lady? Sade, you don't? Okay. Well, so this story caught my eye. Speaking of downsizing, so this couple, Charlie and Nicole Jones, they purchased an old school bus. They purchased it for $3,500 because they wanted to downsize. They realized that buying
They wanted a tiny school bus.
No, it's 240 square feet. So
That's
it's
pretty small.
It's
They're
pretty
living
small.
in it. They are not living in it.
They're living in it, and they travel around, and they've realized that instead of buying more stuff, by traveling and spending their money on new experiences, that's what brings them happiness. So they decided that they would do this for a year. So far it's been more than a year, and they're still going. Look how beautiful that is.
It's lovely for them.
Why would you not want to do this? And look, see this little circle of RVs? They're saying that oftentimes as an adult, it's harder to make new friends.
I understand, yes.
So this is a great way for them to find community. $42,000 it cost them to renovate the school bus. So overall, much less than a traditional RV.
Again, lovely for them. That's a great story. I don't think I could do it.
I try to bring you good news.
I love it. I love the story. And I think it's awesome that people can do that. I'm not there. I like clutter.
They are fascinating people. Well, they don't buy new stuff because they have no place to put it. So listen, you can follow their journey on Instagram and TikTok, Outback Schoolie, and it's Schoolie with a K. Oh. Do you know a modified school bus is known as a Schoolie?
Cute.
S-K-O-O-L-I-E.
No, that's cute.
Isn't that sweet?
I like it. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the spelling bee now. How about that? The Scripps National Spelling Bee. How were you at spelling?
Okay, I guess. I don't know. Average.
Okay, well, it's happening right now, but here's the thing. This year, it is filled with all kinds of, not drama, but there were a lot of things going on as the spelling bee started. So there's this young woman, Annie Louis Ashempong. She's from Ghana. So this is her right here. Yeah, perfect. We have the photo. So her very first word was coulrophobia. Do you know what that means?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay,
No.
we'll get to that
Fear
in
of
just
coal?
a moment. Coulrophobia. Fear of coal? Almost, but no. Okay, so she struggled through that first spelling, but she made it. Then she was asked to define edamame, and this was like a moment out of a movie. She was kind of shifting awkwardly and crossing her legs. She really had to use the facilities. She ran off stage.
They let her go, right?
Well, they let her go, but here's the thing, it's unprecedented. And one of the head judges who's been doing this for more than 50 years said she had never seen anything like it. So they have 30 seconds on the clock, and they can only pause the clock in case of like extenuating circumstances or an emergency.
I feel like that's an emergency.
So right, so then she came back on stage and they let her continue. Do you know, previously when they stopped the clock, it was back in 2004 because someone fainted. I know.
Do they not have AC in the room? It was just too much?
I think it's very nerve-wracking.
It is very, and I love watching when they rebroadcast this, because is it live? I can't remember.
I don't think it's live, but you can tune in this week. I mean, it's a multiple day event. So, okay, back to our word, coulrophobia.
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
Do you want to, well, you should know what it means because you have this. You are afflicted by coulrophobia.
I am?
Yeah, what do you think it might be?
I don't know. Forgetful, I'm late all the time. What is it?
Well, here we go.
Oh, great. Another reason to show this video.
Fear of clowns.
I have it.
You do
You're
have
right.
it.
You're right, I do have
and it turns out you don't have peripheral vision either.
None, and I almost hit him too. You know what? I play. I hate you! Never gets old.
I mean,
never gets old.
Coulrophobia.
I do have it.
Coulrophobia. OBIA. There you go.
I love that video.
You're
when
welcome.
was that?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I have
Still good,
coulrophobia.
though.
I can't remember.
Hey, listen, we had a fun lunch here today. The entire staff had lunch with the Sabercats. We never get to see our friends, right, in the building.
Oh, our coworkers.
Our coworkers.
Oh, I see them on TV. I just don't see them in real life.
Unless there's food. Unless there's a memo that says food is going to be served, we all come out, we just meet in the middle.
People show up early.
They're happy, they're smiling, they're standing in line, tapping their feet. Listen, it was so much fun. This is the lobby here. We had a barbecue lunch with the Sabercats. And of course, this Friday is their last regular season game. They are playoff bound. And we had such a fun time with them, getting to know the game and the players a little bit more. And by the way, Houston, we have playoffs. Their T-shirts are really cool. And so you can get online, order their playoff T-shirts.
Those are cool.
And last regular season game happens this Friday at 8 p.m.
It's Pride Night, too.
It is Pride Night.
Yeah, go out. We went out to the Sabercats game a few weeks ago. I got to tell you, it's one of the most exciting sporting events I've ever attended.
The coach called it a lovely game.
It is lovely.
Lovely.
It is lovely.
Very intense would the word I would use. So right after this lunch, there was an all points bulletin that we had here at the station. And I was very concerned, okay, because someone lost their Invisalign in this building. And I went up to Derek and I said, Derek, were you talking to the Sabercat team and you spit out your Invisalign on them? So we did a full announcement here at the station, and then I started digging deeper.
This was not my
I dug deeper
Invisalign
to
case.
find the Invisalign.
I think it maybe belonged to one of the rugby players, the Sabercats.
No. No,
that
I
is
don't
not
think
my
so.
Invisalign case.
They're not having Invisalign until they're done with their career in rugby because it's, it's very,
So Courtney
contact
picked
heavy.
up the intercom phone and essentially was making jokes about Derek's Invisalign. So 200 of our coworkers.
Listen, we needed to find the rightful owner.
My retainers are my business, okay?
Listen, I love your braces. But you know what? I realized it wasn't yours because you don't own a case.
Like
You
I
just
said.
put your retainers just anywhere. Just anywhere.
This is the welcome back I get. That was
I had
not
the
my
proof.
Invisalign.
We gotta
Literally
go.
not my case.
Still to come, how a group of local Boy Scouts gained over 100,000 hours of community service this spring with a new program.
That is fantastic. Also, imagine being neck and neck for the title of valedictorian and your competition. That's right. It's your twin brother. That's the reality for two young men from Katy High School. We will meet them when Houston Life returns, coming up right after this.
Well, this week we are celebrating Grad Week here at Houston Life, and today we want to introduce you to twin brothers whose equal excellence in academics got them a tie in their quest to become valedictorian at Katy High. It
is so true. They are Armand and Ronak Saxena, and they are here now with more on this extraordinary achievement. Guys, welcome to the show. GPAs back in my day didn't go higher than 4.0. No. Yours were 4.8525. You both had tie GPAs, though. So what was the tiebreaker? Because only one of you could become valedictorian.
Yeah, that's a question we got basically every day in the last month of school, because everybody was wondering, like, oh, how are they going to break the tie? And yeah, so basically what they did was they looked at all the classes that we had together, and they just like looked like really in detail, and they saw like which grades I had higher and which grades he had higher, and I just barely edged him out by half a point.
Half a point. Okay, Ronak, does he, I mean, is it a constant competition? Are you guys always in competition, or?
Yeah, I would mainly say it was more like a friendly competition. Like, we both like supported each other, but we also like both really worked hard to like achieve the goals that, like, for example, valedictorian, we both really wanted to always maintain all A's, but it's not like, oh, I need to beat him. It's like, I want to attain the same level of success. Like, we want to be like right there. Yeah. So it was really more on the friendly aspect of it rather than like an actually heated rivalry, I would say.
I can tell you guys get along. Safe to say that?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. For the most part.
For the siblings, right? It's also pretty incredible just reading through your interests. I mean, Ronak, leadership, compassion, personal drive, just a few of your qualities. Armand, you're interested in sports, statistics, geography, economics, history. I mean, you're both pretty well-rounded. Where do you think this drive for excellence really comes from?
I mean, I think we just had like a love of learning and like knowledge in general, like since a long time. I guess like our parents instilled that in us. And I mean, that's probably why we like doing trivia and quiz bowl and all that kind of stuff, because like we just like learning things, basically. Yeah, and I would also say that I'm glad for my parents for that, because like I remember when we were little, they would always like buy us like encyclopedias. Like I remember them giving us like dinosaur encyclopedias and like animal encyclopedias, and we were just like, I think because of that, we always loved to learn. And I think that's what's really important in our drive to success, because we never stopped loving to learn. And I think that was the main part for us to just go further in our academics and even extracurriculars. Like, we just always kept that in mind, and that's what made us just keep going forward.
I'm super impressed at such a young age, and to not only have the GPA that y'all had and to achieve what you have at high school, but also besides the studies, right? I mean, because you have so many other interests, and that's really the well-rounded student, right? When filling out these college applications, they want to know, what else did you do? As if that's not enough at school. So to be able to manage all of that at a young age, how did you guys manage that over the 4 years?
I mean, it's just, I guess, like doing what you want to do, basically, like spending time and like setting out time to do things that you just like actually want to do. Like for me, I have a blog that I write about like film and the Oscars. So just like setting out like 2 hours every day, or like 4 hours on the weekends, like scheduling to just like write what like I feel passionate about, like that is important. Yeah, and also just like keeping in mind that studying is important and focusing on your schoolwork, but also do sometimes like take time to do things like you actually like you're passionate about. Like for me, I try to find somehow like in the day just an hour to like practice like playing ping pong, because that's just something like I love to do. So, and it's also funny because like in the last like few weeks of school, I just like played ping pong with like other people, because since we are seniors and we graduated,
right,
that's all the time we had to do. So just always set some time to do some stuff that you truly feel happy about, you know?
It's great advice. Wow, you're all like so wise and so evolved. And with GPAs that high, it's okay to take a few minutes and play ping pong.
Absolutely.
Okay, Armand, Ronak, do you want to sit tight? Because when we come back, how about a friendly little competition? They're going to face each other to play quiz bowl, but something tells me we're going to be involved, Courtney.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I don't know which one's my partner, but I'm going to apologize now. Who's going to win? We're going to find out coming up. And later, we've got a certified Food Network pitmaster on the Houston Life Grill this afternoon. Get your notepads handy. How to make a winning brisket. Chef Ara is there on the patio, getting ready to get his knife sharp. Houston Life is coming back.
Welcome back to Houston Life, you guys. And you know that us here at HL love a good quiz game. And since we're joined by twin brothers, Armand and Ronak Saxena, valedictorian and salutatorian from Katy High School, we've got to put them up to the test to see just how much knowledge from elementary school they retained through the years. Something tells me it's going to be a lot, but they're not going to be in this challenge alone. Armand will be teaming up with Derek and Ronak with Courtney. I'm going to be asking the questions, and here's the deal, you guys. You've got to ring the bell to answer, and the team with the most correct answers wins. It is going to be multiple choice, so you have to let me get through the question and A, B, C, and D before you ring the bell. Are we ready? Armand, Ronak, thanks and best of luck. Are you ready?
I'm just here for moral support.
Okay,
I freeze under pressure.
Question number 1. Math question. The interior angles of a triangle always sum to what degree? A, 180, B, 45, C, 90, or D, 360? Derek?
Let's a judge say who was first. Okay. Not I think.
Yes,
it was us.
Derek, yes. The answer is 180. Congratulations. That is correct. Okay.
We'll let him have the first one.
Yeah, obviously.
Courtney's just warming
cheating.
up. Right. Question number 2. It's a history question. What was the most widely grown crop in the Middle Colonies? A, corn, B, squash, C, tomatoes, or D, wheat? A, corn, B, squash, C, tomatoes, or D, wheat? Courtney and Ronak?
Is it A?
The answer
Do we have a
is-
chance to, if they get
That
it
is incorrect.
Okay.
Okay.
wheat?
That is correct. Yes, the
Let's
answer
go.
is wheat. The Middle Colonies were often called the breadbasket because they grew so much wheat.
That's
Congratulations. Wow.
But corn is good too.
Corn is good.
Okay, question
They should
number
get a point since they heard our answer. They should have like earphones on.
This is going to be a geography question.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, what is the capital of Connecticut? A, Hartford, B, Montgomery, C, Concord, or D, Trenton?
Only ringing first, totally.
Okay, Courtney and Ronak.
It's Hartford.
It is Hartford. Congratulations.
Well, we just gave it back. We gave it back.
Derek and Armand
no,
are up by 1 point. Okay, here we go. Question number 4. This is a grammar question. In the sentence, Sally is a very good person, what part of speech is the word very? A, a noun, B, a verb, C, an adverb, or D, an adjective? Derek and Armand?
Adverb.
D. Oh,
Adverb.
adverb.
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
Answer
Adverb.
Adverb is correct, but D
Okay,
was not the correct letter. Yes, you got the answer correct. Congratulations.
Judges, I would like a challenge, please. I don't think that we need a ruling on the rules
Guys,
here.
we are out of time. The judges in my ear are just saying congratulations to Team Derek and Armand. But
Good job.
You know what?
We're way more fun than they are.
Good job, guys.
You guys did a wonderful job. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
proving
Whatever.
Best of luck at Rice University. You guys are going to do wonderful. So
Thank you,
go
thank
Owls.
you.
Yeah.
Valedictorian and salutatorian once again, even here on Houston Life. Perfect. Thanks,
Way to
guys.
rub it in, Derek. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Thanks, guys. Do appreciate it. And still ahead, brisket secrets from the perfect seasoning to the best wine to pair with it. We're getting expert tips for the perfect summer cookout.
And Stranger Things Season 4 is finally out. I am chatting with new series regular Sherman Augustus about all the big changes coming for our favorite characters. Houston Life will be right back.
Oh, welcome back to Houston Life. Hello.
We're here.
Hi. We are all here. Courtney, Derek, Frank. Lovely to have you in studio.
Having Frank in studio, but it's a special occasion because,
Yes.
in case you missed it, today marks the very official start of the hurricane season.
Yes, and look how busy it's supposed to be. The forecast from NOAA, 14 to 21 storms, 3 to 6 major hurricanes.
Wow.
Colorado State University has been doing this since 1983 or 4. Very well respected.
Yeah.
19-9-4. The average is 14-7-3. Last year we had 21-7 hurricanes. Nicholas hit us here. You might remember that. Matagorda
Yeah.
got really badly scraped. And 4 were major. Nicholas wasn't, but we had 4 major. So if you consider that, look at this. First day, just in time, that X, I've had a million calls from people in Cancun.
I
trying
bet,
to get there or hoping to get home. I can't speak for airlines, and that's really the only way to get out of there unless you're on a boat. And they have funny rules, whether they can get a crew in, if they could staff, the plane, if they can get the plane in.
Right.
So I don't make rules for airlines, so I can't tell you much, except that this system is going to continue to move off toward Florida. And as it does, it may become a tropical depression. Right now, it has 30-mile-an-hour winds. If it gets to 35, it'll be a tropical depression. If it gets to 39, it will be Tropical Storm Alex. But as it moves along, you can see the spaghetti models are all about southern Florida. Look at these rain amounts.
Wow.
6 to 8 inches of rain. So it's not a wind maker, but it is definitely a rain maker, and we know how that feels around here. One of the reasons this is important is it's right over the loop current. This is very warm water that goes into the Gulf of Mexico. Already 84 degrees. 80 is the magical number. The whole Gulf is 80 degrees. But this loop current, and I blog about this, you can see that's warmer than normal water. And when something goes across that, it really tends to explode. And this is right here, and it's going to go right across the loop current, which is
basically
82, 84.
a breeding ground,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
It's like a burner. Yeah, oh yeah. That's a little hot burner. But the whole Gulf is a breeding ground right now for storms. I blog more about this whole loop current business, so you can go to my blog today about that and find out more about it. And also tonight we're going to have a hurricane special from 7 to 8 o'clock. And a shameless plug, but it's a great special.
It's
It
worth
is.
watching.
You really should
and
watch
that
it.
water temperature, Frank, I read your blog earlier,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people are writing in and saying, wait a minute, 2005 was when we had Katrina and all of these massive storms.
I compare that.
By comparison, I mean, the fact that our water temperature is 84 degrees now doesn't look so great for us.
Well, and in 2005, in the Katrina year, it went to 90 degrees. 90 degrees. That's crazy. I mean, you have a swimming pool, you know how 90 degrees feels.
Yeah, for sure.
So very, very warm. And yeah, the blog's a pretty good read.
It is a great read. As always, we enjoy it. And thanks for keeping us up to date, and as well as that hurricane special tonight at 7. All right, we're going to check in with Keith and Christine. We stole Frank today in studio, guys.
He's crossed over to the fun side.
Yeah, but it's a big day, so yeah, we understand. We understand he's always in demand.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very busy day for Frank, busy day in the newsroom as well. We are following several developing stories, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, story we've been covering since this morning, a raid at a bail bonds company in downtown Houston. What we're learning about who else is involved in the investigation and the possible connection to a high-profile murder case.
Plus, you guys chatted about this at 3 o'clock. We're going to go more in depth. It is the trial many people have been following across the country. The defamation lawsuit involving Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard. The jury reached a verdict just a short time ago. It has found Amber Heard and Johnny Depp liable for defamation. There's a little bit of a different breakdown on how much money they each might be getting. We're going to break down the other aspects of the verdict ahead at 4.
All right, plus here's a little bit of trivia for you. How big is the largest plant in the world? A few feet, maybe 30 feet? Yeah, not even close. We're going to show you ahead coming up at 4 o'clock. So certainly a wide spread of things to cover today at 4 o'clock, you two.
Under the sea, I think that's a good hint for you guys.
I thought I had the largest plant in the world at my house. I guess I was
You
wrong.
have a lot of plants.
Too bad. All right, guys, we'll see you at 4 o'clock. Well, Courtney, so you say this all the time about anything. There is always a Houston connection.
Always. It's so true. And with the cast of a hit show, Stranger Things on Netflix, Lauren Kelly, what have you found out?
Only that you're always right, Courtney.
Oh,
That's
no.
obvious. Well, actor Sherman Augustus, who plays newcomer Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan, joined me for a chat all about the big changes for some of the favorite characters in the show. Check it out.
A war is coming. I'm afraid your friends at Hawkins are very much in the eye of the storm.
I don't have my powers.
I don't know how to say this other than just to say it. Without you, we can't win this war.
This is so cool. You're kind of new to Hawkins for the season. For viewers who don't know you in the past, you play Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan. Why don't you catch everybody up on kind of where season 4 is starting from?
There's a lot going on in Russia. There's a lot going on in California. And then there's a heck of a lot going on in Hawkins. But all roads lead back to Hawkins. And I'm sure everyone's just going to be thrilled to see their favorite characters that they identify with. immerse themselves and handle the situation that they're thrust into. The show is going to be a bumpy ride. I mean, it has all the elements of a horror film, suspense. They threw everything into this gumbo. It's bananas, and it's shot very cinematic, which I love. And the landscape is just vast, and just a really fun show to do. And I am honored to be able to contribute as an actor to a show that I'm sorry, but I'm a geek. I love the show. So, to get paid for it and be in the show, okay, come on, that's a win-win-win.
Now, Sherman, are there multiple parts of season 4?
Yes, there's multiple parts. And, the episodes are very, very long. They're a lot longer than normal episodes for a streaming platform. Friends and family are always calling me, hey, can you tell me this? Can you tell me? No, I can't tell you anything. So leave me alone. So yeah, there's been some arguments. So
hey, Sherman, speaking of family, okay. You've got some family here in Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah. My family originated from Houston and Austin, the Terrys, and moved out to LA in the early 40s. A bunch of cousins and relatives back there. So hey,
a big hello to all of Sherman's family watching. Hey. Well, we're so proud of you. We can't wait to watch this season. It's going to be so great. I know that the description doesn't do it justice, but the actors, the actresses are there, and the plot line is there. We can't wait to see kind of how everything ends up in Hawkins.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So get your popcorn, and it's going to be a bumpy, bloody ride. I can say that. Yes, I can.
Okay. Sherman, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And for a few more secrets from Sherman behind the scenes of Stranger Things, just log on to HoustonLife.tv. I was just telling you guys, I finished it already. I finished it. I can't believe it. It is the best series of this show yet. You are going to be just blown away.
Okay, you couldn't turn away, obviously.
No, it's like each episode, as Sherman was saying, is over an hour, and the finale is an hour and 38 minutes. It's magnificent. So great.
And you still want more from it, don't you?
I still want more. Yes, the second part of the volume will air on July 1st. So, looking forward to that.
All right, Lauren, fabulous. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, now let's check in with Joe Sam, who's learning more about our local Boy Scouts and their spring initiative. Hi, Joe.
Hey guys, that's right. We're at the Sam Houston Area Council Boy Scouts of America location to learn more about the importance of Boy Scouting, as well as their service project that they did, gaining in so many hours this spring. We'll tell you all about it when Houston Life returns. Well, welcome back here to Houston Life. We are talking all about the Sam Houston Area Council Boy Scouts of America. I'm hanging out with some of my friends here. We're telling you all about what they were doing for their Spring of Service initiative, gaining in over 100,000 hours from community service projects from 16 different counties here in the Houston area. They've been doing some absolutely amazing work, and they tell me that this project was just as gratifying for them as it was for the community. What do you want to be when you grow up, Henry?
An astronaut.
Why do you want to be an astronaut?
Because they go in the space shuttle.
But for now, 6-year-old Henry is happy being a scout, along with his friends 11-year-old Zane and 17-year-old Mason, who have their feet planted on the ground, putting in work to help their communities.
And it made me feel good that we were able to leave a place better than we found it, because that's what we're always trying to do.
What they're doing is a community-wide initiative set in place by the Sam Houston Area Council Boy Scouts of America. It kicked off in March with the theme Spring of Service, hoping to make a direct and positive impact across 16 different counties throughout Southeast Texas. Mason is a scout from Spring that got a little dirty venturing outside of Houston in order to help our neighbors in San Antonio.
We went to help clean it up. We picked up some trash around the area, filled up a couple bags while we were there, just to give back to the local community. Because the scout is clean, we pick up after ourselves, and we always want to leave a place better than we found it.
Zane is with the Apollo Troops 500 Scouts in Southwest Houston. They collected and served food for those in need with the nonprofit Kids Meals.
It made me happy because, like, some of them, they don't get food and they need food, so it makes me happy that I can do something for them.
And little Henry with the Cub Scouts and Katie lended his helping hands to local firefighters with cleanup duties around the station.
I had a little good time.
The purpose of these projects were set to serve as a learning lesson for Scouts, teaching them about compassion for their fellow neighbor and teamwork, which are just a few of the reasons these guys decided to join.
It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. We'd run around the forest, we'd go camping, we made all kinds of memories. I met a lot of new people, and that's been the best thing about it. Like just building community and making all kinds of new friends and meeting all kinds of amazing people.
Sometimes when we just meet random troops, we like stop by and say hello. If we see people on the road that need help, we'd help them. We do that to show kindness, and we would want that done to us if we were ever in that situation.
Now, those amazing little Scouts were able to complete over 400 projects during their Spring of Service initiative. And you can already see I'm in the gear and we are ready to talk more about those Scouts. We are talking about it here at the Scout store, where all of their necessities are to make sure that they are perfect Scouts. And I'm speaking with the CEO right now, Mr. Marvin, to give us more information about the importance of scouting here in the Houston area and throughout the country.
Well, scouting is driven to make a difference in the lives of the youth. What we believe in is being a leadership laboratory to give all of our youth an opportunity to learn about leadership, to learn how to give back to the community, but most importantly, to learn to give back to others. That is our basic principles of scouting.
And they've been doing some incredible work doing so. Can you tell people how they can go about becoming a Boy Scout? And this is for young women just as well as young men.
It sure is. We definitely have young ladies a part of our program and young men a part of our program. Once again, if you would like to be a part of scouting, it is beascout.org or Sam Houston Area Council, Boy Scouts, our website. You can join right there. You can find out the programs that are in your area to make a difference in the lives of your youth.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all that information. I'm going to come back over here and hang out with some of my fellows here. Derek, it has been such a great time hanging out with those Boy Scouts and learning more about their initiatives that they have set in place. Some amazing work that they've done as well. We're going to send things back to you.
Joe, thanks so much for that. Brings back some fond memories. I loved my days as a Scout. Have fun out there. All right, let's shift gears now and get to some barbecue. Courtney has made her way outside with a very special guest. And Courtney, this guy knows a thing or two about the perfect brisket, I hear.
Oh, yes, he does, Derek. Listen, you may have won the quiz show, but I'm winning outside with Chef Ara. We've got the wine, we've got the brisket, and also they understood the assignment because look at my glass. Houston Life will be right back. Well, he was a finalist on season 2 of Food Network's Barbecue Brawl, where he showed off his talent on the smoker just like he does 5 days a week in his Richmond spot, Harlem Road, Texas Barbecue. He's pitmaster Ara McLean. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay, close enough. Who joins us now for a lesson in brisket and wine. It is so great to see you, Chef Ara.
Great to be here.
And last time we visited, it was over Zoom, so I'm
Yes.
glad that we're doing this in person. First of all, a little bit about you. I mean, boy, you have really exploded when it comes to the barbecue world, the chef world, and Food Network got a hold of you.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, it's been great to represent Texas and Richmond and the Houston area. I've been enjoying it.
We love shining the spotlight on you. You trained in Switzerland, moved to the U.S. In the late 80s, but
Yes.
You're a Houstonian now.
Yes, I mean, look at me. I look like you're a typical Texan, right?
I love it. Okay, when it comes to brisket, you say there's no better time to pair this with wine than right now.
Yes, I mean, Texas brisket is very simple. It's just salt and pepper and smoke and fire, right? And these 3 great red wines, which will be at the Wine and Food Week next week, pair extremely well with Texas barbecue.
All right, well, let's get started. We've got a raw brisket right here.
That I've already trimmed.
Okay, and that's really important before we smoke it or put it on the grill or do anything, right?
Yes, yes, and we've got the pepper mixture right here.
Okay, and this is kind of your secret seasoning, right?
Well, it's not much of a secret. I always tell people what I put in it. So it's 2 different grinds of pepper, coarse and butcher's grind.
Okay.
And sumac, okay? So you're gonna mix that up first a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
And would we start with this, or we want to start
we're
with?
going to start with the salt first. So
Okay.
I don't mix the salt with my pepper because we want to control how much salt we put on the brisket. So each part of the brisket gets a different amount of salt.
And we should mention this is coarse salt, so this
Yes.
is like a kosher
Coarse salt. So that's perfect.
Okay.
So we're going to do a little rub on there.
All right.
Okay. Now do a nice little drizzle.
Same thing here?
Same thing, yeah.
And this is kind of what's getting that crust on the end, right? Is that what we
Yes.
call it? A crust?
The bark.
The bark.
Yes.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, it's
We
the
fight
best.
over
Yeah.
that in my house.
Yeah.
Okay, if we don't have a smoker though, we could do this on the grill?
You can. You'd have to put a little bit of wood chips on a little metal container on the side of it.
Okay.
The trick is about temperature. So the lower you don't want to smoke brisket any higher than 235 because it'll not give the fat that is in there to render perfectly because it's such a tight grained meat.
Right.
So we want to do it slowly, almost like braising. So the longer you take, the lower temperature, longer period of time, the more tender your brisket's going to end up being.
Slow and low.
Exactly.
Oh, see, I'm catching on, Chef.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and so this is kind of, we would flip this over and do it on the other side, right?
Flip it over, do it on the other side.
Okay, salt. We'll do that. And you know what? I love this because we got magic of TV, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I love when that happens. All right. So we do that. And what is this? About how many hours?
A 235 brisket this size, you're looking about 12 to 14 hours.
Okay. So you got to know what you're doing all day.
Yeah.
You're watching the brisket.
Watching the brisket, pull out a nice glass of wine to drink with it, and it's good to go.
Okay.
So.
Go ahead. No. Are we pairing, or do you want to bring out the other brisket? Okay. What are we starting with?
So this is the Grenache, which is the Barossa.
Mm-hmm.
Nice fruity notes, a little bit bolder than your normal like a Cabernet.
Lovely.
So it goes extremely well with brisket. We're going to taste it now when we slice the brisket.
Okay, why don't we bring the brisket out so we can talk about that. While you're getting that straight, I do want to talk about Food and Wine Week, which you're part of in the Woodlands, and I'm so excited that this is back. You need your gloves.
After a 2 years break, so it'll be all next week, Tuesday through Saturday. I'll be part of the Friday event, which is for the love of Texas.
That is so great. And this is all expert master chefs, winemakers, educators, hailing from Houston and across the globe. Chef Ara will be featured for the Love of Texas event, which is Friday, June 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. And of course, this is the Woodlands Waterway Marriott Hotel and Convention Center. So now, listen, we didn't talk about the paper, but we have to put this on there, or that's how we let it rest?
That's how we let it rest. So once the brisket comes out of the smoker, we wrap it in butcher paper.
Okay.
And we let it rest. So the rest time is just as important as the cooking time. So I like resting my briskets for about minimum 3 hours.
Okay.
That, you know how when you pull a steak off of a grill, you
Yeah.
want to let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes?
Okay. 3 hours wrapped like this?
Yes.
Okay.
In a hot box. In a restaurant, we do it in a controlled environment, which is a hot box.
Y'all.
Yeah.
This looks amazing. Amazing. And look at the bark on there too.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah. Perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned. This looks amazing. This is so great. Okay, so
this is the lean part of the brisket we're slicing right now.
Okay. That is lovely. Can I just reach in?
Oh yeah.
Am I reaching in and grabbing? Thanks, Chef. Appreciate it. Look at that.
Now have a bite of that.
Yeah.
With some of the wine.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, this is a treat. This is real good. We can learn all the tricks and tips at the Food and Wine event. Lovely. I'm going to taste this. What is your favorite? This is your go-to?
Brisket is. We do serve beef ribs at my restaurant every day. It does sell out every day, so does this, but beef rib is very rich. Not many barbecue restaurants do it every day. We do it, but brisket is the go-to in any Texas barbecue.
This is great, and that wine is lovely. Look, they also understood the assignment. I don't know if you saw my wine glass before the break, but look, it's right there for me. It's almost as tall as I am, and Wine and Food Week is happening from June 6th through June 12th at the Woodlands. Times vary. For a link to grab your tickets, head over to the Scene on Houston Live section of our website. Again, Chef Ara will be featured for the Love of Texas event Friday, June 10th from 6 to 9. But get on out out there because there's something to see, do, eat, and drink the entire time. Cheers.
And plenty of wine.
Plenty of wine. Chef Ara, it's lovely to see you. Thank you
Such
so
a
much for the
pleasure to be here.
brisket
Thank
and
you.
the wine. Derek, again, we won outside, okay? First place right here.
Hey, listen, and Wine and Food Week, I love that it is back after a little bit of a break. So June 6th through 12th, mark your calendars. We're going to be there too.
Sounds good. We're
All
busy
right, Courtney,
eating.
have fun out there. Don't go away. Houston Life will be right back. Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, a 17-year-old went from making slime to having her own line of cosmetics. We'll meet her, plus 5 ways to cut back on sugar and still enjoy dessert. In the meantime, Courtney was outside with pitmaster Ara Malikian.
Okay,
Courtney,
Excuse me.
Wow. Welcome back.
Pardon me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Are you going to save some for me?
I don't know how to share. I missed that episode in school.
You did. Just
Look,
a
it's
typical Wednesday
Not
here.
as tall as I am.
Did you have fun out there?
I've met my best friend.
I thought I was your best friend.
Courtney in a giant wine glass. We're going to see you tomorrow. Keith, Christine.
You clearly drank the whole
How
thing.
dare
Wow.
you steal my glass of wine?
Oh, that's a big one right there.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys.
You know,
Excuse me, Derek.
I've never loved you more, Courtney.
Excuse me.
It is the official first day of hurricane season, so you might, you might be trying to calm your nerves
Bottoms up,
down a
look
little
at her.
bit.
And she's here.
That thing is gonna crush you.
This is just a glimpse into my life.
Okay.
I love it.
Sitting on the couch
Don't
with
put a
your
straw
wine.
on that baby.
We get to learn more about Courtney every day. We love it, love it.
Bottoms up. Cheers to you too.